There's usually like 3 to 4 second delay.
So they just hit
the button.
Live.
Yeah, it probably came in the middle of nothing. It's the same thing when ending it. It's like if you say like bye and then hit the button, nobody hears it.
Oh yeah, Jay does that all the time. It'll be in like the middle of a sentence and the stream will just cut because he didn't give it a minute.
Yeah, I always give it like 5-6 seconds. Yeah, I gotta do a post here. I think I posted everything. Edward, hello.
Yes, hello, Edward. Hello, Peak.
Hello, Pete.
And Midnight.
Hello, Midnight. He's beating me to it.
What, is it a competition? You're very busy setting up the starting of the stream.
Yeah.
I will say that hellos. I'm essentially like your stream butler. I'm welcoming people at the door. I know, you like that analogy, I'm sure you do.
No.
I'm not the stream butler. You're like the lord of the household. It's like, yes. Well, show them in, Jeeves. Butlers are always named Jeeves. It's like law. Yes, hello. Thank you for the derpies, Sir Edward.
I'm Mr. Stream Butler. I said Butter.
Yes,
I don't
Butter.
know which I want, actually.
Or
more.
Alfred, but you can only be Alfred if you're like, if you have like you're a butler to a superhero or some crazy vigilante. Then you can be Alfred.
Gotta remove that too. So, thank you for the follow, Warrior Cats. Thank you for the bits, Edward. The derps.
He's not a superhero. So, Ario is not a superhero? You question mark. Okay. Are you a superhero? Are you not telling me something?
I don't know what defines a superhero.
You gotta be super and a hero. It's pretty self-descriptive.
What's the difference between a hero and a superhero?
Superpowers.
What's a superpower?
Beyond normal mortal things or human
Normal
things.
mortal things, but what about like Black Widow?
Well, she could do some pretty crazy things that no normal person could do.
You said mortal.
Well, yeah, but nobody can do what she does.
But all it was just training. So
Sure.
with enough training, you can be a superhero. So are those guys on Jackass superheroes?
No, they just use things to throw themselves across rooms. I feel like, Batman's a superhero, right? And he doesn't have superpowers. Unless you consider money a superpower.
Well, no, because he does something. He puts on something.
Yeah.
And the suit helps, but it's usually just him.
Usually,
because like Iron Man,
he can't stop bullets. His suit does that.
Well, yeah, but that's Iron Man too.
Yeah. But Iron Man has a giant power reactor in his chest.
Yeah. Well, no. After Iron Man 3, it wasn't.
It was still there. He just didn't need it anymore.
He had the metal shavings removed.
Yeah, but he kept the implant.
Well, probably because he had a giant hole in his chest and he needed something there.
Yeah, you gotta have something in that giant hole.
Oh man, I wish I joined on these streams before now. Well, welcome. Yeah, sometimes we just get in our own little conversation. Sorry about that. And also thank you for the follow to Fire and Echo, and thank you for the host Red Arrow. We're still working on video stuff. I actually realized that this looks even funnier from this angle.
Yes. That's like Applejack just bit into an apple that was very special.
Oh, no, not that. It needs to be like just twitchy. There's something wrong with that horse, but okay.
She's like, I went to the barn this morning, and there were these mushrooms growing in, well, the manure, and I ate a couple of them, and...
They're poop mushrooms?
Yeah. That's where mushrooms come from. It's the poop.
Where is Warhorse when you need him? It's one of the odd. I had chat hidden, so I can't actually. Oh no! I can do it.
Warhorse, we need you.
No, we got a band of somebody.
No, were they trying to make us famous?
Yes, they were trying to make us famous. Why is that the only bot one? Like, why can't there be other?
Because that's pretty much like people streaming. They're like, I could be famous like those cool YouTubers that I watch on the Twitches.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, how does it work? Because we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I think they are too. So yeah, I don't think I poked at this. I work a little bit in SFM earlier this week, but it was more to try to get a workflow together for making YouTube shorts. For the vertical format, so doing a couple of things with that, and I got that all done. So if I want to make them in the future, it's a little easier. So, I wanted to kind of do a little bit of some of these cleanup on these to start marking things fully done, because that's always nice to see some stuff in green. This seems to be like a completely legitimate offer that is not malicious at all. Never seen it before too. It's completely unique, and never seen it. Does Warhorse want to be famous? No, he's just mod. So that's what I was trying to start poking at, was some of these, like getting Applejack actually clean, like finished up. Darling. Okay, that's gonna be really annoying coming here, darling. That's the problem with this video. It's already annoying enough to sometimes hear the same word over and over again, but now the entire video is that. So I feel like there's still a little bit.
If you think about it, the main 6 are all superheroes in their universe.
I think that what makes somebody a superhero isn't superpowers. There's something else to it.
And then they're just heroes. Superheroes require superpowers, or at least like you got to be a cyborg or something.
Well, what about Hawkeye?
He's an old man with a hearing aid who just happens to be good with a bow.
No, he's
a hero.
He's probably one of my favorite heroes.
No,
Iron Man and Hawkeye are my favorite. He's pretty cool because he is a guy with a hearing aid.
Yes.
He's not a
superhero.
He doesn't have something else to be a crutch.
Yeah.
It's all him. Yeah, that's what's cool about it.
He's just human. He's just really good with the bow and throws himself into horrible situations.
And because I've been going back and watching some of the Marvel movies, his intent in a lot of things has always been that he just wants to get away and be with his family, and then he's the only person that lost everything of the group. Everybody got snapped for him.
Yeah, like his whole family, and not him, which is really rough.
Mm-hmm.
Batman's superpower is money.
Oh, Fire Knuckle. Yeah. Iron Man is a better hero than Batman. Not powers, not whatever. It's just the way they're written, the way they're developed, and the way they're like all of them is done. He just is a better character.
That could really honestly be said for everything Marvel over DC, though. Yeah. I don't think any of the DC characters
Marvel heroes,
are well written.
But DC villains.
DC villains are well written.
DC villains are awesome. Marvel has some good villains, but they're always these like super complex, overarching villains, and DC's just like, this guy's bad, ha ha ha. But they're like, Joker is an excellent villain, simple yet complex.
Joker's an excellent villain. I think Dr. Freeze, at least the story they built for him in the animated series, is an excellent villain, because Joker's just straight up an anarchist. He's a force of nature villain, if anything.
Well, what is to me, like, there has to be either a crutch, something that like is the weakness, maybe not weakness, but their downfall. Like one thing that is their kryptonite. What is Batman's?
He's human.
Is that it?
Like, compared to other superheroes that he's running around with who have like magical rings or can stop bullets with their face, like, he is just a person in a bat suit, and he's kind of crazy. Like, he's mental. Like, I think Joker points that out more than once.
But it's still simple. It's just there's nothing deep about it.
He's not super deep.
He's like the Applejack of heroes.
Applejack is cooler than Batman.
Yeah, I know, but she's simple.
Yeah.
There's like, but yeah.
No, like I think they build Batman's character over time fairly well with the whole thing where he's kind of, what was it? The Killing Joke, not the animated. Like if you watch the last 30 minutes of the Killing Joke, the animated version, it's good. Don't watch the rest of it. But Joker in that actually gives like an analogy where Batman's always trying to help the Joker and the Joker always refuses him, and the Joker says, two men are trying to escape from an asylum together, and one man holds up a light and says, I will help you, just cross this bridge of light to safety. And he's like, that's Batman, he's crazy, and he's trying to help another crazy person by telling him to cross a bridge made of light. They're both, Batman's crazy. Batman has, like, he was traumatized as a child and runs around in a bat suit beating up people in the street.
I think one of the main reasons he's popular is he's really easy to imitate. Like, you can put on a suit and it'd be like, I'm Batman. But, like, Iron Man, it's hard to look like, or like Iron Man, like the legitimate, like, metal or anything. Mm-hmm. Batman, you just put on a suit. So I think that they have some that are easier to imitate on the Marvel side.
I know when I was a kid, I was super big into Spider-Man. And
Spider-Man's awesome because he was really the only hero, at least that was really popular, that was of the age of most groups. Because otherwise, everybody's like in their 30s or 40s.
I used to love getting like cans of silly string and then pretending to be Spider-Man, and that was my webbing. So that was
you didn't have any friends, did you?
No. And I always made a mess with silly string, and then it was always so depressing because I'd get one can of silly string that I would like go around trying to find change to buy like $1 can of silly string, and I would get out to the playground and I'd start playing with it. The silly string, you get about 30 seconds worth of fun, and then it's out.
Yeah.
So a lot of anticipation for not a lot of reward, but I still did it a lot. I remember as a kid. I'd get one can, run out to the playground, get my 30 seconds of fun, and then be sad.
Never did that myself.
No.
But I wasn't into like Marvel superheroes or any DC superheroes when I was younger.
I was very much watching Batman the Animated Series, The Amazing Spider-Man, the X-Men. I was into all that stuff. All that Saturday morning cartoons.
Still is not.
Ant-Man's villains felt mostly like terrorists. They kind of were portrayed that way. Like,
yeah, there was. I think the Marvel ones were definitely bigger because Marvel had big villains that were on. It was always about Gotham or something in Marvel, or like single cities, but there wasn't really any critical, like, world-destroying things for a while. Marvel had this, at least with the movies, had this like huge build-up that everything feels like it's been planned for a decade. Well, DC feels like, hey, we need to make a cool movie too.
Yeah, even when you had like world-destroying enemies, like with Superman, he would have somebody come to the world and be like, I'm going to take over the world, or I'm going to destroy the world. But it always took place in Metropolis. Like, it's like another world villain all going to this one city.
No, that's kind of my problem with even some Marvel ones. Mm-hmm. Is it feels like, at least with the movies, how they're done, is it feels like we went centuries without a problem. And then within like 15 years, we suddenly have like 18 different species of aliens attacking and all this stuff. And it's just literally one thing after another. It's weird.
I mean, they kind of explain the alien thing in the first Avengers film, where they're like, humanity is shown that it's ready for war on an intergalactic level. But
Batman has the best villains. I can't even think of who Iron Man's villains are. I think what helps with that, though, is that we had cartoons when we were younger that we can remember and point at. Well, Iron Man didn't. There was no real cartoons for Marvel
that focused on him.
Yeah, so we just didn't have anything to compare to. I just rewatched some of the movies, and they're in my head now. But Yeah, and none of them were really. I think Marvel villains are not about being individually a good villain. They're about helping build towards the biggest villains. And where Thanos was a good villain, but it was because a lot of the other ones were in place just to get you to him. It feels like everybody else is just a mini boss. So
now that they have 20th Century Fox, I'm kind of waiting for a Silver Surfer movie, because that was always pretty prevalent. He had his own show in the 90s. I don't remember watching it that much, but I've seen some of it. And every Silver Surfer movie they've tried to make so far has been pretty garbage. I remember Iron Man showing up occasionally in like the Amazing Spider-Man stuff, but I don't remember him having his own show.
I found it amazing how the MCU is able to take so many heroes, merge them together, combine them, and into a big melting pot and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's definitely some issues here and there with stuff, but it's amazing how they can do that.
I always liked that DC had like fictional.
Iron Man cartoon? I actually did not know that.
I like how DC always had fictional cities like Metropolis and Gotham, and then Marvel's just like, no, this is New York. They're in New York, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Which I'm okay with that. I don't know why they had to make their own.
No idea. But I think that's another thing that actually makes Marvel a little bit more appealing, is that you can be like, oh, like
it's based on real places.
It's based on real places. Like the second Spider-Man movie, takes place in a city I've been to, and I recognized a lot of the locations because I saw them with my own eyes. And I think they filmed it in that city. I'm being vague not to give things away.
But
crap.
He said it was saving, so all right. I think I actually, let me double check. I think, oh no, I got to do the eyebrows. And then a little cleanup with the hair, but there was a moment's done with that shot too.
Don't let me rush you.
This time, I'm closing it. So, do you want to do? Because you were saving before.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't mean to save.
What do you want, a new file, or do you want me to open up some other one?
Open up that Scaloo one I was working on.
Oh yeah, like what did I call it? Michael Explodes Phillies.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay. I was thinking it was Jack Kirby. Kirby was not just an artist and a writer, but he was a style director. He would storyboard all the comics. Yeah, having a single. Oh, this isn't. Was this it?
That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was more to it.
No, that's
okay.
That's as far as I got before your mom's phone call was over.
Oh, wow. You just got to throw my mom into this. Word. Okay.
Every Damon has a mom.
Yeah.
Now the world knows. She's very disappointed in his pony life choices, but it's fine.
Wait, pony life choices?
Pony life choices, yes.
That seems like that. Is that the new? Is that the spin-off to Pony Life?
Yes.
Pony life choices.
Everyone's disappointed.
No, I don't want an ad.
I need a headset.
Oh, what's underneath? It's hanging into your just under there to the right.
You can't hear the horses.
You don't need to hear the horses.
There. I can hear the horses.
How do I? Oh, there we go.
I still
My
can't hear
channel.
the horses. Why can't I hear the horses?
Oh, it's muted. Now you should
I'm going to get to see my parents
Oh, you might
today.
want to turn it down.
No, that sounds good. Is it too loud for them? I don't know.
Hit play.
I just did.
No, hit it again. Where the audio is. It is extremely
I'm
too
going to
loud.
get to see my parents today.
How do you even... I think that's too loud for myself, and I turn it down to half.
I have it like half off so I can hear you.
But it's a pass-through headphones. You only can't hear me because the audio is so
I'm going to
loud.
get to see my parents today.
I can't hear it. I'm gonna turn it 53%.
I'm going to get to see my parents today.
Okay, that's good.
We're upset by Pony Life's choices.
We're all
I
upset by your
have not seen it, so I can't say anything. I've seen bits and pieces of Pony Life. I think I've maybe seen one full episode, but I think I drink heavily, so it just goes right over my head. I can't remember anything.
Nah, I saw most of the first season. Didn't see any of the second. It's got Derpy in it, so that's good.
I thought Arcademia was spawned. Oh, I kind of lost the context for that. Peak of War wanted a stupid face, too.
What? That's your thing. Mm-mm. Everything I'm doing is stupid.
Well, no, I could say that, too.
Okay, fine. Here, I have an idea. Scootaloo, you're gonna open your mouth. Oh, wait. There we go. Where's jaw open? Okay, well, she's not opening her jaw.
Because you're not on the right editor.
Oh, right. Okay, jaw open. And then... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, does her tongue have a bone?
How many points to transfer channel ownership to Michael?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No. He has his own channel.
Yeah, but it's broken. Can't use it.
Why not?
It's broken.
How is it broken?
It is. I guess her tongue doesn't have a bone. I can't grab her tongue.
No, this is an older model. Well, not... There's just not an updated one of it yet.
Well.
Argo, how do you select a portion of the animation and have SFM loop only the selected portion? And how do you speed up and slow down the playback? It depends. Are you talking at time of render looping, or to loop it just in preview? Because that's two different things. Very different things. Okay. Just to the left of the volume or the mute button that he clicked originally.
This one?
No, the one left of that. Yeah, that one. That button will swap between. Right now, it's going to play to the end and stop. Then it'll toggle through three options. That, repeat, go to the end and cycle back to the beginning, and then bounce, where it will bounce off the end and come backwards. So
was somebody asking a question?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how to do that one. And then for speed up and slow down, it's period and comma. Period and comma will go forward and backwards at normal speed, but if you, I think, hold control, so if you hit period, it'll go forward at normal speed. If you hit again, it'll go double, then I think like quadruple, and then eight times, and every time it doubles. But if you hold control, it'll go from normal speed to half speed to fourth speed. So, and then comma is to do the same thing but in reverse.
Somebody's watching a very powerful movie next door. Oh no, wait. I can hear the music of your thing. I thought there was like a war movie going on.
Oh no. You're hearing what the stream hears. Is she hugging?
No.
Or is she spearing her through the neck?
She's attacking.
Oh. Or with how her tongue looks right now,
No.
I'm thinking she's gonna eat her.
No, we can't do that because even though it's funny, some people have turned it into a not funny thing. So she's not going to eat her. I remember growing up, Looney Tunes characters were eating each other all the time.
MCRN Stealth Tech. Haha.
And it was fine.
Oh, I put it upstairs. I have my MCRN flag. I keep wanting to put it up. I need to do that because I love the MCRN logo and design, all Mars stuff. Ghost channel warning: this audio video feed is hazardous to your sanity. Probably. I don't know this tech talk. Oh yeah. Well, the primary thing for the stream is to try to provide assistance to people if they have questions. So if one comes up, I'll always try to answer it. What are you?
Alright, I need to like apple bloom.
Don't deface the MCRN flag. Oh no, I won't deface it. It's a big flag. It's like a standard flag size. So I have a MCRN, the United Nations. What do they call it? Or basically the Earth Force. belter with the OPA symbol, and I can't remember. I think I had a fourth one, but I think it's mainly those three for Belt, Earth, and Mars. I wish I had a Laconia flag, but I don't know if there's ever a symbol really for that.
Okay.
Laconia is awesome. Or they're just Mars 2.0, so. Does the Free Navy have a flag? I would think so, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just use the OPA to a degree. Right? We're all just bringing up super nerdy stuff. We're talking about Expanse, which actually I have. What is going on?
He's so happy. It's like
it's happy.
Take this
it's like she's trying to lick all sides of Apple Bloom.
It's like I got you. I go beat you up with my super stretch arms. She's a Marvel superhero. This is her superpower. She's like Captain Fantastic.
Why is she trying to tread water?
Oh, because I grabbed all the legs by mistake, and then I decided that her swinging her legs back and forth like that was super cute. But then she's also like got Applejack's head, and she's like, "Wee." Like this is good entertainment right here.
Yeah, it's
stream. I did it. I did a stupid face. Look at her go wheeze. Look, she's like flicking her out. Like, why you make cracking sounds? There's no cracking. they're super stretchy. She's got superpowers. Marvel. She's
okay,
like,
she's. I think the point is went across.
All right, wonderful. Well, we can fix Scootaloo now. Just gonna unwrap her tendril arm of Apple Bloom.
I want to close this stream. Why is it still open? There we go. I think Bobby's my favorite character. If you've read the books, Bobby is even better in the books. I feel like the actor for Bobby wasn't so good at the beginning of playing Bobby, but in the later seasons, she got much better into the character, and it was spot on. But in the books, I love Bobby even more. Amos is great in the books too, but Amos's actor just was so good. I love. Yeah, he made Amos a unique thing.
I did this last time. I clicked the track. Here we go.
What are you looking for?
Looking
for audio?
Yes. Where have you hit it?
You gotta search for it.
There we go. Apple.
I'm guessing Apple Bloom 1. It sounds like something you would name. Yeah, that sounds like a you naming scheme.
Yeah.
Because it says nothing about what the audio is.
What? It's Apple Bloom.
But what is it? What is she saying?
She's saying.
Nope, you gotta read it from the file name.
She's saying, Michael's the smartest, the best at naming files.
Oh.
You can't hear it. So you don't know if that's true.
Oh, okay.
But.
Me too.
Amos is an interesting character. He's really good. I'm sad that the TV show is not going to go into the Laconia arc, because there's some really neat Amos stuff. But no, let's say I have over here. This is the final book, book 9, and the TV series is only going to go up through book 6, I think. They covered a little bit in some side stories that go into book 7 with the strange dog stuff, but they're not going to cover much more than that.
I like puppet animate.
Puppet.
Like, let it play and then do something and then...
Oh, grab a single bone somewhere. What bone do you want to have animated?
I was going to be doing the jaw.
Oh, then all you do is you hit play and
Spacebar?
Grab this. I think you have to hit spacebar, then grab the slider, or the other way around, and basically just move it while it's playing.
Okay.
Me too. You want to come with?
Okay, yeah, that's exactly how I do it.
Oh,
Except for that usually does break the mouth afterwards, because you never quite put it to 0. It's usually negative, but his character's real name was Timothy, right? Yeah, it was Timothy. They don't really go into his. They talk about his history a little bit, but there's a side story called The Churn that is fully his story. It's him from when he was young. and the whole story is just him at a young age. So that's kind of interesting. She kind of shows why he's the way he is and stuff. Oh God, it's an excited Skulu.
Can I not just say one word?
No, go and add multiple exclamation points. It is, I think, too short. No, say sure, sure period, and then sure period.
I think that'll actually work.
But she's going to say one.
No, she won't. It's in red.
But what does red mean?
Oh. Darn it.
I love you added a one like she wasn't going to say one. Just...
I'm just going to say sure a couple times, and then I'll just have to cut the audio.
If you don't put a period, she's not going to pause that much.
Okay.
Or you could just make what's a longer word for sure that's like 5 letters?
Sure.
Sure?
Yeah.
Put the word sure.
Sure.
Just because it's about sounding right. Not doesn't have to be like worded corrected.
Let's do this.
I really wish I could send a clean audio clip of something like 15 AI and have it imitate what I say in the character's voice. Oh, the nuances.
Sure.
Actually, that was the best one so far.
Yeah.
Sure.
Actually, this one's good.
No, I understand that, trying to get the nuances of the voice, because sometimes I'm looking for the certain inflections, like the ups and downs at the right time, and it's about just hitting the button until I get something close.
Yeah, I gotta make sure that this is recognizable.
I gotta go through that. I downloaded Humble Bundle had another audio pack, and that I purchased for getting and expanding my audio library. I need to look through those. It's more for sound effects, not music stuff, but they're useful, and I need to go through there, know it's there. It's super useful.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought that would be fine.
Okay. Back to the excellent animation.
So is everybody
Going to get to
tonight?
see
It
my
is
parents
Tuesday.
today.
It's
Me
Tuesday.
too.
It feels like
You wanna
Monday,
come, Ray?
actually. Oh, I'm checking Twitter. Somebody, people are making mention because they used she got a raise GIF, and they're saying that.
Let's see. Pegasus noises, yes.
Chinkin?
Chicken.
Hold on. Oh,
No. Fingers
I'm
wide.
going to kick that stupid chicken's ass the next time I see her.
oh, okay. You're still in the audio files.
Yeah. Just is me is like, I'm gonna kick that stupid chicken's ass. Well, that's ambient chicken.
It's
Where
where did? Oh yeah, you got to rescan.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah, I thought you were going into models, and I was gonna be like, it's gonna crash.
Yeah.
I would save it now just to make sure. Who does that?
What? Click save?
Control S. You did Control Z to undo.
The young generation goes to the file tab.
No, that's old man. That is literally boomer.
Manny at me.
You boomered it.
I did. You boomer.
You probably, when I tell you to go Google something, you probably open up Google and then type in google.com and then click the link and then
Don't
type
tell
in.
people. I might go google.com every time I open up the internet if I want to use Google. You maybe you'll know.
You got a lot of nerve playing that audio clip with chicken behind you. I can't hear it, so it's fine.
Sure.
I don't exactly use the user mod directory. Made another directory where I put my stuff because I know how to use game info. No, actually, you are doing it better than I did. The only reason I'm not doing it now is because I'm too far gone and past it. By the time I learned how to do that, and I would have been better off doing that, because if I would have been able to separate everything into folders and not used user mod as a user, what it's intended for, I could reload the software much easier. But now I can't.
I need your help. I need to make the explosion. A big explosion.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be
so
fancy.
right-click somewhere in the empty ASE.
What's an ASE?
Animations editor.
There we go.
Go to the fourth option, particle system. Go to browse. Now, it's already in the. It's already. I last loaded an explosion. So find. I would not go with a nuke. That's going to be way too big. Is there the 1,000 pound? Yeah, go for the 1,000 pound bomb. Okay, it's open. Now, on the. Is the timer right now where you wanted the explosion? Okay, then that's fine. Just hit OK. Now, select the explosion. It's where your camera is, which I'm guessing is not where you want it to be. So move it down into the middle between them or something.
Okay.
The best way to do that is grab it. Yeah. If you grab the selection,
grab the
you got to move it there, so you have to see it.
So right here. No, like, I have to move it there.
Yeah, but so you have to see it. So where is it?
Oh, I thought this was it. I thought the camera was it.
No, you can't become the particle effect.
Oh.
Not like lights and stuff. Back up. It's behind you. No, not turn around, because now you can't see where you want to put it. Okay, now be in the map. Right now you're out of the map. This one trick's not going to work. So when you're in it, grab it, and I think it's grab the blue part.
Just the blue part?
No, the light blue, the cayenne part. Now hold control and drag it to between them. Did that do that? I can't remember if it's control or.
Where'd it go?
You no longer have it selected. I'm guessing it was shift or something. Yeah, it's probably shift. If you're not in the map, though, it just puts it to the edge of the map.
Okay. Every time I press shift, it starts.
No, grab it and then do it.
Then press shift. Okay.
I can't remember the buttons. I think it's shift. Yeah, I don't know what buttons I hit. I just hit them.
No. I tried to control it again because shift was doing weird things.
No, shift is fine, but you have to select it, then hold shift.
Okay.
No, the light blue part.
The light blue part.
Yeah.
Careful.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it pushes it to the max area. No, you have to click and select it, then hold shift.
No, I was just kind of looking at the
this is probably still too big of an explosion.
Yeah, it's way too big.
What are you talking about? It just goes white.
Yes.
Well, you
can't make it smaller.
No, you can't make it smaller. You'd have to select a smaller explosion.
Okay, so just delete this one, and we'll go back to this.
What even does SFM do when you hold shift and drag it? I think the last time I did it was something with button camera. Oh no, it locks. It pushes it to the maximum surface it can run into. Wait, go back to the folder.
There's H-bomb micro and H-bomb small.
No, that's hydrogen bomb.
Yeah, but they're small.
Go back a folder. So hit the up button, and
Taco Man.
Go open the workshop folder. Oh no, that's probably the one we were just in.
We're in workshop particles.
No, there's another workshop folder.
There's a workshop.
But I'm thinking that's the one it's the same thing. Back up again. And again. Go open up user mod. Go to particles. See if there's a Gary's bomb. Yeah, G bombs. Yeah, there's more in here. So there's a 100-pound bomb or a 500-pound bomb. The left, you pass it. It's in the middle.
Fire boom. High explosives.
Just to the left of that, there's a 500-pound bomb. And the 100-pound bomb, whichever one works for you.
Try the 100-pound bomb first.
Okay. If you hold shift then drag, SFM does some weird stuff. You're out of the map. That's why I said you got to be in the map. If you're never unsure, or if you're unsure where a model is in your viewport, like you're looking around, you're like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, where is it? Just hit, I think it's V, and it should select all. Hit Control A.
Yeah, just kind of looking where it was.
I know, but right now it's only going to be changing position for less than a second.
Control A.
You got to select down here in the timeline first. Now hit Control A. Now you're good.
Okay. So let's see what that looks like. Doesn't do anything.
White. Exit drag it beyond the left of the viewable range. Drag the blue slider out of the frame. Now come back in. Some of these might not work. Oh wait. It worked, but it's missing. It's broken. I thought that folder might be some broken stuff. So, why are you not just hitting play?
I was kind of getting it back to the location. I'm gonna delete it. And then I'm gonna find a new one.
I think everything in that folder is broken. You'll have to go with the other original folder.
Well.
I have so much old crap that things eventually just break from things on the workshop getting deleted or I overwrite something. The old ones, the originals, you have to back up one more folder. It was in workshop. It's in workshop, particles, workshop.
Workshop, particles, workshop.
Oh no, we'll go back one. It was in particles.
Okay, so let's try
Combine explosion. That might be smaller.
Ooh, yeah.
Propellant. No, that doesn't sound like it's
Try
that big.
combine explosion.
Because I think a nuke might be a little more than you're going for.
Yeah, I'm going for like dynamite. Let's get into the map. Select it. Click the blue. Shift.
You should set it to our head, but
It's
okay. Scootaloo will survive.
No.
Okay, now
Well, it's gonna
now
go-
drag it out of the frame and back in.
Parents today. Me too. You want to come with? Sure.
I saw something. Oh,
Oh, some of these have a certain range that they don't work at.
they're being attacked by the blue squares. All right. Do you have like just a fire? Does anything in this program work?
No, you're just looking for small explosions.
Yeah.
If you want that, go up to the top left.
Delete this. Top left.
Top.
No, I was working on it. I'm there.
Go to Windows, and then open Particle Editor. Down.
There it is.
Now go to File, Open. Back up 1, 2. Go to TF2. We probably have some cheap explosions. Let's go down. It's all in alphabetical order, so it's not L.
I don't know where T is in the alphabet. TF.
Yep, TF. Particle 2.0. They updated the game before they went to a different format, and I got it before they updated Particles. Probably, is there like a Demo Man explosions?
Rocket. Oh.
They have rocket.
Rocket backblast?
No, that I'm looking for. Actually, is there one called Explosion? No, you can't search it. Like that's not a search button. Roll up.
Scroll up. Yeah, explosion high, explosion slow.
Just go to
and then
explosion.
Okay, open.
Okay, now scroll down. No, you don't want confetti.
No, but that could be extra fun. I want to mix them.
Okay, well, we're about that later.
Ooh.
Wow, those are really boring.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, yeah, so, no, so go back into File, Open. Can you just click on a random folder and type TF to auto-select? Does that not work in the file browser? Works in File Explorer. I don't know if it's going to work in the SFM one.
Ooh,
Well, I mean, those are kind of
I like
big.
that one.
What is this called? Just Big Boom.
Big boom.
You wanted small boom, so you're like, you know what? Maybe if I select a big boom.
Big and small are relative.
These are all really big booms.
Okay, we'll do a different one then.
You need this boom so bad.
I do. The whole thing depends on it.
Try Explosion High. The 80 and 90. Oh no, it's the same thing. Never mind. I thought the 80 and 90 would be the same for sure, but the high I wasn't sure of. It's probably high settings is what it means.
Dirty
Go.
explosion.
Sure.
Ooh.
I think these are still too big.
I do like that one, kind of.
No. Go back up. Just go to rockets. I bet you that there's one in the rockets.
Okay.
I thought that there...
TF. Particles.
I like to sometimes just give you a minute to let your brain figure out what the hell's going on.
It's like, you know exactly what to do, and I'm...
go to...
Back blast.
Go to...
Maybe back blast. I feel good about back blast.
Sure. Just the back of the cannon, I knew that.
Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah, because you're just being exceptionally Michael. What would the explosions from like the demo man fall under? I thought it would just be explosion, but
Soldier buff. Sticky bomb. Here we go.
yeah, yeah, let's try that. Oh yeah,
No, that's the sticky bombs.
yeah.
Let's try open.
This is. Wait, go back up. Oh,
like
never mind. I thought I saw
Doomsday.
something.
Oh, no, it's pyro.
That's what I thought I saw.
This just says explosions.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I know. I know big explosions.
mhm.
I don't know small explosions.
I am one to try.
You had an explosion, but it was just apparently too big.
There's good booms.
How long until Rainbow Dash takes? How long until Rainbow Dash takes some pony for a ride at Mach 1, and they try to grab her tail? Also, you're like 10 minutes over.
I just want to find the explosion. This is a good one here. Maybe it's...
That one, that's going to be about as big as that other one you saw.
Okay.
That's going to be filling the entire area.
Why can't you find me small explosions?
You're the one in charge.
Yes, you know this program.
No, when I need to find particles, you know what I do? Exactly what you're doing. It's just you're much slower at it.
I'm not doing it very quickly. I am the master of this.
30 minutes of searching for Little Boom. Yep.
No.
See, he's turning into me. He's actually trying to do normal work instead of stupid work, and then he makes it take too long.
I had to do a stupid face and Apple Bloom a mangled or Scootaloo mangled Apple Bloom, and it was great. Just building damage.
No, it's not going to be explosion.
You're right. I could just set them on fire. That's not nearly as much fun.
What is Doomsday?
Doomsday.
Oh, it's probably a rocket. Go back.
Okay.
Go back 2 folders. Go to Half-Life 2. HL2. I would go to episode 2, but they share a lot. Particles.
Nope. I missed, okay?
Combine ball.
Nah, that would be the energy ball. Maybe fire or impact. Impact, maybe.
Maybe, because it's something with the grenade. You can grab the slider and pull it down to see. Much quicker. Yeah, I don't think these particles that pretty, so that might be a bust. I don't know, I think you're out of luck.
All of Source Filmmaker.
You have 30 minutes. You don't have hour to check everything.
Well, you'll have to find a good explosion for me when you're in charge.
You're wiping your sweat off?
Maybe.
Are you gonna wash my chair
I'm trying
too?
to be like courteous. Here.
Yeah, get out of
We'll
there.
explode the Phillies next time.
You did. You puppeteered a mouth.
Yeah, but I want to do other things. I know I got audio, and I'm gonna make a good video. You'll see. People just have to keep saving up points.
Yeah. See, like, let's see here. We can go to.
You gotta find me that bomb.
Why is this so low of like frame rate? No. I was hoping Left 4 Dead 2 would have a grenade or something. Sometimes, like, the particles are in really weird places. Ooh, Black Mesa has some.
Ooh, mine explode. It's not mine explode.
It's the end of it. They're on a timer. Mine explode sounds too big. That's environment. Grenade.
It's grenade trail. Just smoke.
Something's busted with that one. And some of these just don't look right unless you're actually in there. There's fire. See, this is why, like, things are stupid.
Bomb explosion.
I think that's a bit big.
That might be a bit big, yeah. It's a good explosion, though. It's exactly what I'm looking for. It's just too big.
Grenade. Where's just the thrown grenade?
RPG.
I already checked that. That's the rocket launch. Yeah, okay. Nope. Not gonna bother. Oh. Well. See, you're turning into me now. You're trying to make all this fancy stuff.
I tried to make one explosion.
I know. And that takes a while. Particles are
fun.
Messy. Okay. He did have Scootaloo stretching arms into infinity and beyond. Okay.
They're gonna go visit Apple Bloom's parents.
In hell.
Darling.
Well, that remains to be seen.
So what do I gotta do here? Oh, so I gotta do... I think I locked her, right? Yes. I need to grab her... ears? Okay, so these two... in. Tips. Mostly in. There's no butt on this one. Thank God they removed those.
You mean?
The butt bones, well, I had used them once.
They still jiggle though, right?
No, they don't.
What?
Because it made no sense.
I mean, it made no sense. It was the best thing. I'm leaving. No butt jiggles?
No, there's no butt jiggles. There haven't been for weeks.
You want another drink?
Sure. In the bottom right.
The beer.
Yeah. Awesome. We're getting to that, huh?
I don't know why I took the glass.
Oh yeah, I don't want you touching it. No, the butt jiggles were stupid because the only reason they existed was for other versions of the model. But it did come in handy when I had Rainbow Dash sitting in the chair doing her like weird wobble thing in the video of like a couple of years back. It was the only thing that actually let me flatten her butt to the chair was having those bones, so it came in handy. But otherwise, they're just having gelatin butts just doesn't. It's either any use that's in there is offset by the overly gelatin buttocks that just makes people go, "What are you doing with those models?" Yes, that bugged me a little bit. But anyway, I'm just going to reduce some of the ear motion.
Darling.
With Applejack, it's I can't go too gung-ho on the ears because she's behind the hat, and it looks really weird if they're flopping all over the place. Especially if, say, I had the ear do this, and if it came below this margin, it came out and then went back in, that would be really weird. Honey.
So
I'm talking about the beer.
How many people have started boycotting the stream since I left?
We've had more people talking.
Well. This is an outrage!
I could have said anything, and you would have just believed me.
What good are these models?
There's no butt on this one. There with those. Yeah, it is. It's really good.
Who needs butts?
You mean tailbone? No, they were. No, they were called. Were they called cheek? Because there's the right cheek and left cheek. I think they were called butt bones. It wasn't cheek. Like cheek would be like. They were getting into like.
They were super wobbly
territory.
cheek butts. It was so great because
why-
we could all giggle while you animated. Because their butts would jiggle the whole time.
It was.
The
It wasn't
best.
having the ability to having the bones there was fine. The overly wobble, it was my problem.
It was great. It was like
the implications
molds.
of why it existed is what bothered me.
we all know why it existed,
Yeah,
so
I
that
know.
I could giggle at the wobbly butts.
All right, we're gonna take her eyelashes. I think eyelashes. The one thing I hate about them is I can't choose a spot to have them change without. It ends up being that all I'll usually do is just take all of the timeline and just move it, because if I try to pick specific spots, it just timing gets weird. Okay, so we're gonna have they're here to here. She's gonna be actually she probably will be surprised this whole rest of the time. So we'll do surprised on the whole. And now I need to match the roundness of the eye. I don't want to go too much like that because that's weird. I'm gonna put like there.
Applejack always did have very expressive eyebrows. He would escape from time to time.
And now, yeah, there was a whole short about that.
Yes.
So for this, I'm going to on her eyebrow to come down. Probably just her. I'll just do her left one right now.
That's appropriate for that quote number.
69. That is
It
that
fits.
is appropriate.
That's why butts are illegal now. Eyebrows piercing your face.
Time.
Ooh,
Time.
that face. This is a good face.
Time.
Okay, and again, when her eyes go down, you need to see where that is. So this part again, I don't want to hear her constantly saying "darling." All right, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna take the eyebrows. I'm gonna say to here, bam. I'm going to stretch that in the middle a little bit, and a little bit faster at the inside. It helps it look like the eyebrows are separate from... I don't want to have it like perfectly timed. Sometimes it's a little better doing that. And technically, it'd actually be better to have it merge into the blacks at the top of the eye and then come back out again. But that doesn't work so well with motion blur and stuff.
See you later, Sir Edward. Safe drive home.
All right, see you later, Edward. Thank you for not doing a Jurassic and popping into voice chats in your car.
Yeah. I love hearing from my friends. I like hearing that they're home safe before they're on their
He's on the car phone, but
yeah,
not on his phone, but
still concerning.
okay, I think the one thing I can do too here is the lights for...
Oh, that's a lot of light.
No, so this is the light for this main area here. What I can probably do is shrink it down ever so slightly, because there's multiple layers. The tighter you make... Ooh, I gotta do it to everything. The tighter you make it, the better quality your shadows. So if I can reduce the min and max of this, because you can see here, I already have my quality for shadows increased, but if I widen the shadows, you can see it starts getting really boxy, and then it looks not very good.
Well,
but if I start zooming in, gets much more detailed.
I was going to say, didn't that clean up on the renders? Boxy shadows? Or no?
Nope. So let's say, lost it. There we go. So let's say that this is it. Mm-hmm. This is your render.
It's not bad.
But you have it's like float. You got light floating because now it's disconnecting from the hoof and stuff. But if I zoom in,
that is way better, admittedly.
There we go. I gotta figure out where. I can't see where it is, where it's with this position, so trying to get the position right. Now when I do it, it's just much better quality. It will get cleaned up ever so slightly, but when they start moving, it just doesn't look right. And the other thing you can do here as well is shadow depth bias. Oh, the other thing too. Oh no, that's fixed there. This value kind of sets the cutoff point for shadows, and normally it's actually defaulted to right here. And the purpose of that is it's trying to prevent some different texture errors that can happen right really close to where a shadow will hit. But you can see here that the shadow is not actually hitting fully up to the surface. It's ignoring the small little part. If I decrease the shadow depth bias, I can bring it back up to its original surface. The difficulty with that is it will normally cause some graphical errors so just do some tweaking and you're usually fine. So though with this, I'm going to actually change this because I did want to move some stuff.
It's so bright.
Okay, I need to move this closer so I can see where I am. There we go. Oh my god, this is going to take a while. If you're zoomed out, it moves quicker.
It's like we targets in sight.
Okay, so I need to move further around. I want to have a little bit more light on her face. Her complete lack of it right now makes her feel kind of weird. So that's a little better.
It's a little butter.
Even then, it's not that great. It's probably just I could optimize this a little bit more. So let's take new light. This is probably colored. No, it's not. I think that is just white light. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, it's just. Oh nope, I thought it was. Nope, it is white light. Okay. And we're just going to add a little bit of extra lighting around some of the edges to help get her to pop a bit more. So, I do not want to put a light that goes down to her foot. Her foot is on the ground. The ground is dark. So if I put this light all the way on the ground, then it definitely makes her look like she stands out a little bit. So I am going to probably disable shadows first. And I'm going to raise it to be kind of fading off just to the ground level, which is about fine there. And then I'm going to decrease it to where it's barely noticeable. Something like that. Because, well, and actually this will be Applejack. I'm going to say wouldn't be fill. I'm just going to call it a highlight. It's not the technical name for it. I forgot what that one's called. I think it might be a fill light. But the other one is all this light's going to be hitting the ground around her and bouncing back up. So technically, there will be a large amount of light coming and hitting her from the ground. But I don't want too much too close. So I'm going to go to open up the Uber light. I'm going to cut on to about there. I'm going to play with my near edge so that it creates a little bit more spacing. So it's not like that cutoff. I want to have it like blend a little bit better. And I still want to have dark feet. So something like that. And then decrease my intensity. Okay. So that's looking a bit better. And I can probably up this one just a little bit now. actually.
It's getting windy out there.
Yeah, it's really windy right now.
Right now I think it's above freezing. I think the wind chill tonight is supposed to be like -12 or something.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be cold.
Hard.
It doesn't have to even be cold if it's windy.
What's the? It's supposed to get down to like 0 tomorrow.
It was like 40.
Yeah.
It's 40 right now.
Yeah, it's supposed to drop like a rock tonight. Gonna get cold.
All right, I'm gonna artificially fill her side of the light there.
It's kind of what happens here. It starts to get nicer, a little warmer, and then it just like just plummets.
Minnesota's big thing is temperature variances. We had it. One day it was 30 degrees and the next day it was -20. That's the same as going from 30 to 70 in terms of degrees. That is nuts. That's a huge difference. Thank you. Perfect blanket weather. Yeah. And I work from home, so that's kind of what I do. I'm usually fine, but I have 2 layers on. Actually, this one has a hood. It's just
we should like go outside when it's like below 0 with and just in shorts and short sleeves, and a big jar of super hot peppers and see which one wins out.
If it's negative and you go out there in shorts, it's actually dangerous.
Yeah, but you got the hot peppers. They're gonna warm you up.
This man is not going to live much more than 6 months.
Science. Get super spicy like habaneros and.
That's how it works. Yep, you can
all the way
try
up to
that
ghost
yourself.
peppers.
No, if you have bare skin out in negative weather, it's like, and if it's windy in any way, you're talking minutes before frostbite.
Silly. If I'm wearing a bear skin, I'm gonna be fine.
You mean that natural hair?
Yes. Like I got a coat that's always on. My back mostly. Hello, Nolan.
What is Fluttershy doing? I hope she's being safe.
I feel like she's trying to coax you into eating hot peppers. It's very important to stay warm.
So I don't need to actually do much with the light here. The whole idea with it is to turn her eyes from gray to white. And that's basically that. I still feel like she's a bit just overall dark, and I think the only way to solve that is just to shine a light straight at her.
I thought you were gonna say get a better horse.
Maybe.
I like Applejack. I'm actually
She's fun to fuck with. She's one of my favorite ones to animate because she's just so.
She is so phony.
She's just so fun to just mess with. Everything you can make her do is it. She's so one-dimensional. Yeah, that looks pretty decent.
She's just like I look at Applejack and I just want to abuse that horse. Throw things at her.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because if I needed to like increase the light, I'd rather have the sun increase a little bit to offset, because otherwise she seems bright. Like this building doesn't seem to be lit correctly now, so this is just lighting. It's poking at things until you get what you want. But this was bothering me because the sun's coming in from this angle, like right here, and it's just not hitting anything. That's not what light would do. Light would still reflect some stuff off the ground and impact that building. So if I do it like this, if actually that top of the building is not going to, so then I'll do shadows on, min up, so that I can pop past the ground.
Why don't you just have a single light source in the sky somewhere?
I do. But light bounces. So you have a bunch of ground dirt. That dirt is going to take the light and reflect it around the area and cause it to glow. And that's where I need to simulate. The light isn't going to do that. The one that I had.
Is that what? What's that thing that graphics cards do now? Where they automatically like reflect surface?
RTX.
RTX. Yeah.
That's not graphics cards. That's just NVIDIA.
Yeah.
But
Tell me, Source Filmmaker doesn't have RTX.
It's DX9.
It's the future. Source Filmmaker is the latest.
So no, it doesn't. Okay, so there's pretty good. And then I'm just gonna do something like that. Yeah, so if you want to have bouncing light, you have to kind of do it yourself. I still just... It feels like... Maybe her underlight's not... Something just feels off still.
She's,
That feels like too much. I think it needs a little bit of dark under there, and I just had too much underlight.
She should have some, like, boots.
Boots?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. They'd probably be cute.
Oh.
You said something's missing. I'm thinking maybe boots.
Talking about light. Let's create sunlight, manifest it, one up Princess Celestia. Kind of doing that. Celestia only does the one light. I'm trying to go a step beyond.
He's trying to beat her. He's gonna take over.
The SFM2 is a little better about this, mainly with the sun type lights, but it's not going to do bounce either. So, but the problem with RTX is trying to make that live, like as you were working on stuff, would probably be near impossible. I'm guessing it needs a consistent time. SFM doesn't. That's why it has a lot of problems with particles and stuff, because a lot of that is it needs a play button. It needs something that is going from one point to another in a straight linear line. But I can be like, back this way now.
It needs more small explosives.
I think so. I can tell right now. I the lights, shadow. It's like the cameras. Are the cameras?
It's definitely the face someone makes when they think nobody's around. They want to fart.
It's. I put it to 0. That's not going to work because you can actually see that I'm seeing those little errors there. So I'm going to... I guess I can go to the bias all the way up, which really makes it noticeable.
That's what you notice someone actually there. You think you can start the video off that way?
So I'm going to put it to about... I think the default. Let's go to set the default, and I'm going to back this up. I don't have to go all the way. Just close enough. Oh. I'm actually pretty... I can notice it pretty well. It's at about here that it gets rid of it, but at that point it's kind of gone. So where in the hat do I have to go? Is it right here before the shadow works well? And actually that sun is probably too bright. This
it says the person creating the sun.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I have to be happy with my creation.
Wow. It's good you don't control the sun. It would be a nightmare for everybody. It's like...
Well, some of it is... I can't do much about. She's just a very bright horse in not the smart sense.
Wow. Have you
seen the show?
She had to count all those apples like 5 times because she miscounted them the first 4. That's a lot of counting.
She only can count to 4.
Took a long time
because she only has 4
hooves. Yeah, she counts all her hooves. And then that's why they have so many family members in the apple family. They just kind of line them up and count their hooves, keep track of the harvest each year. You gotta get the whole family together.
I'm not liking that little shadow line there.
Every time they need to count past the number they got, they just gotta have more kids.
Yeah, quality doesn't change it. I'm gonna leave it for now, but because I think if I poke at some of the quality settings in launch options, I need to up the quality. It might help because it'll probably increase the amount. I don't know. We'll see. Come back over. mess with Applejack, introduce her to her alt counterpart self, Pepperjack. Hola.
I feel like Twilight would show up with an abacus and give it to Applejack and tell her, you can use this to count instead of your family members. And then they said, we don't do computers around here. And then they burnt it. Said it was a...
Twilight?
Oh, the Twilight.
They burnt Twilight?
Well, they might have, because she was bringing, like, the Tartarus...
magic.
Yeah, the voodoo magics.
The what magic?
The Tartarus magic.
Tartarus?
Tartar sauce magic.
So the moment that they have been abacus, they're time travelers.
Well, they're just like... No, it's like the hell for ponies is Tartarus.
Oh.
Yeah, so the tartar sauce.
No, you said like TARDIS at first.
The tortoise.
TARDIS.
Tartus.
Yeah, the time and relative dimensions of space.
Applejack don't know nothing about any of that. She knows it's probably evil, along with that abacus. Get her a big old abacus.
She ain't abacused anybody.
Yeah, she ain't abacusing nobody until she's married. So let Twilight know that. Granny says she ain't not no kissing.
No kissing Applejack.
Oh. She won't kiss. She always seems so happy.
Okay. Well, I think I'm still not happy with the lighting on this one. I do not like the background. I think what's bothering me is the top of this building. It just, even if it's not what is actually being hit, something feels off about it not being hit. So I think I'm just going to make it get hit by something here.
That joke will never die. That whole joke came about because, like, the first season, she was very much, she didn't have very many lines.
Yeah, because it's not interesting.
Oof. But she likes apples, and she has other qualities. I don't know what any of them are, but they're there, I think. Feels like I can't get rid of that shadow. Oh, that did it.
The what?
The shadow from the building.
It doesn't matter if I see that showed or not. It's about getting the lighting on this to hit enough. But I want to give it a little dimension, so I kind of like the idea of the shadow being cast down there. So it's not looking like it's flat, hitting it. Like that feels... It feels a bit better to me. At least that building doesn't feel so dark anymore. It just felt weird. I feel like the ground is still a little dark, but I could probably poke at it in post. Well, actually, that could probably be fixed by just decreasing this a little bit, decreasing... decrease Applejack's... Or keep that one the same. It's her rim light here. Because in post, I can buff things up a little bit. And that'll make everything else bright. And I think that's just what I need to do. It's really not too much to add to the eyes, but mainly just to even them out. There. I think it came... Jack is content being a background point. I think it came out because she appeared in the scene pulling a cart in the background, then ran over when Rarity said something about her in a fashion show. No, I think she's always been considered a background pony because there's not much that she's the main character for.
Yeah, in the first few seasons, unless she was the focus, she was just always around, but she never talked. Like the first season, if you ever go back and watch it, there's entire episodes where she's just hanging out, but she never says a word. Or entire episodes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call this one done. But it took a little longer than I wanted, but it was also finalizing some of the lighting stuff, so makes sense.
Now it's time for Rarity.
It's just a little weird that that's dark, but I'm probably not going to care. Yeah, it's fine. Nobody wants to hear the truth.
She's a mayor about town. Well, that's an insinuation.
Do you know what the truth is?
Apples, apples.
Apples, apples.
Apples, apples.
I love that smirk so much.
Apples, apples.
These models, despite
Apples,
the lack
apples.
of a wobbly
No, I
butt,
could do this exact same face in the previous models.
They feel more rounded, though.
This exact type thing I could do. The lip bite, the side thing, that doesn't change.
Apples, apples.
I still feel like there's something here.
The key mark seems almost like 3D. I don't know.
It's a 3D cutie mark.
Oh, no.
Apples, apples. Apples, apples.
Really exaggerating that apple.
Well, things can look weird in the still frame, but...
Apples,
You're correct.
apples, apples. Apples, apples,
Here, it's the way she's saying it that I think works for being a little bit more exaggerated.
apples, 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 apples.
She doesn't really close her mouth with the P.
Apples, apples. Apples, apples. Apples, apples,
Okay. A little more.
apples, apples. Apples, apples.
Love it.
Apples, apples.
Okay, that's that.
Apples, apples.
Just take
Apples,
a moment
apples.
to just appreciate that between all the one character
Apples,
who cares
apples,
the most
apples,
about
apples,
clothing,
apples, apples, apples,
is the only one who
apples, apples,
consistently wears
apples,
clothing.
apples,
And then
apples.
Rarity. She owns a boutique where they make dresses, and she rarely wears any of the dresses.
Who do you think out of all the main six was the most successful in life?
I mean, that's
Other
kind
than-
of obvious. The one who became a rural demigod.
But through their own merits.
Oh yeah, because Twilight didn't earn any of that crap.
Well, she did, but a lot of it was because she had benefactors.
She did have a lot of benefits. She had-
They never really show what Rarity got up to, like in detail.
Well, no, she opened up a shop.
She opened a shop in
3
Manhattan,
shops. She opened up a shop in Manhattan, a shop in Ponyville,
but by the time they're
and then
older,
Canterlot.
because well, to me, like Rainbow Dash is hard to determine because she got her dream and she didn't care about going anywhere else.
She became the captain of the Wonderbolts.
Yeah, so but it was just to get to the top of what she was already wanting to do.
Rarity was probably the most.
Well, Fluttershy did marry a god.
She did. She married a god and opened up a sanctuary, but
Darling.
like after marrying a god, it's kind of
Darling.
hard. Like if one character could
Darling.
potentially take over all of Equestria, it was Fluttershy, because she'd just be like, you know, it'd be really nice, Discord, if I was like queen of Equestria.
Darling.
Be like, okay,
Darling.
and it'd be hard to stop.
I wanted it like when she came in the door at the end was like Discord that like she just said hey hey hey.
It's like
Darling.
that
Darling.
would be amazing.
Darling.
No, if one character
Darling.
wanted to take over, it'd probably be Fluttershy.
She's like, you know, I'm sorry to do this, but I'm gonna control Equestrian now. Is that
No.
okay? No. Well, I wasn't asking your permission.
Yes. Stop her. Discord just snaps his finger, turns them all into hats.
Pudding. Yeah. I like pudding.
Pudding is fun.
That's the wrong
It's
word.
delicious.
I haven't had pudding in years.
It's because it's one of the forbidden foods now.
I don't think that pudding's all that good though.
It's sugar goop that
Yeah,
has flavor.
it's sugar goop, but it doesn't. It's not really that sweet. Pudding, when mixed with certain pastries, is very good.
What is it, filling?
Yeah, like a
Like a
filling or
donut?
like a certain type of cake where they use it in there or
I
something.
actually the best cakes And this is a cooking tip, and
Those cakes are from the show.
It's not pudding, but Jell-O. Mix that into the cake batter, and you'll have a cake that is never not moist.
Never not moist.
Never not moist. Or, yes.
I know you're going for it, just like the phrasing. This wax cycle is not going to work with what I'm trying to do for it, but I'm going to try it anyway. I can see that, baby.
Yeah. Now, anytime I make a cake from scratch, I always put Jell-O in it now, because it makes it really. It's the cake. The cake doesn't become like a gelatin. You put like, it just helps to hold all the moisture in. Makes it a really, really moist cake. Just a cooking tip. Rather a baking one. You always have to get like the Jell-Os that there's like the no flavor gelatin for like a chocolate cake, but then like if you're making like a strawberry cake, you get like the strawberry gelatin.
I think I want to have her head kind of turned a bit.
Darling.
Getting chills just listening to that wind.
Yeah, thankfully a pretty good seal. My window upstairs still has the crack in it. I haven't fixed that since we moved in, actually, but so that gets a little colder. But
I offered to fix it, but I've only ever fixed like
single pane. This is a double pane. Very different.
Yeah, you kind of have to replace a double pane. Because they make those in like, I watched like a thing where they make them and they put them in like a chamber where they're assembled inside of like a small room that's just filled with nitrogen.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, that's why I've been a little hesitant.
So you can't like double panes are nice because it's better insulation, but you cannot repair them yourself.
Yeah, though when I bought the place, I had a stipulation where they had to give me money based on the estimates that you gave about a window that were now no longer correct because you gave me estimates based on cheap Kentucky shit.
I gave you estimates based on what I spent to fix it myself.
Yeah, and that you can't.
No.
So it's not a correct estimate.
Why'd you listen to me? I didn't know this.
Well, I've learned many things since then.
Yes.
Like not listening to you.
No, like a double pane window is expensive.
Well, now you know that, but back then you're like,
I knew that.
What are you talking
then.
about? No, I'm like, it's a double pane. You're like, nah, it's fine. Nah.
I can still fix it.
Well, yeah, you can still fix. Yeah, a strip of duct tape across it would definitely seal it nice and good.
Not what I would do. I would go down to the hardware store. I have a piece of plexiglass cut to the proper size.
What did you replace the basement window of your old house with?
Plexiglass.
From what?
From what do you mean from what?
Because you didn't buy a normal window. You bought something else.
I bought a plexiglass plane and then I installed it.
No, there was one of them where you bought something. It was like you had somebody coming over a showing and you bought something else really quick to replace a window.
I just remember replacing the one with the
I thought there was one of them you bought something really awkward.
No, I felt bad. I do remember when somebody threw a glass bottle through my rear mirror of my car, or not my rear mirror, my rear window of my car. Like somebody was just driving by and they just chucked a beer bottle, smashed my rear window. I bought like a big piece of plastic, like clear plastic, and I duct taped it in place. And that was like my window for like 3 months.
My parents actually had that in their car. They had a van and I had a certain seat. It was behind the driver, and then my younger sister was behind my mother, which was usually the passenger in the van. And that day I just happened to not be in the van, and when they were driving by, somebody ended up throwing a brick or something, and it shattered and crashed through the window exactly where I would normally be sitting. And I just happened to not be there that day. That was like, oof. Well, now I know never to drive with you guys.
Yeah. No, but in the spring, if you want, I can fix that window. It's just not going to have like the nitrogen in the center.
No, I just need to get somebody in here, especially if I want to look at moving in for summer. It needs to be replaced before then.
Darling.
Actually, we need to do some painting and stuff too before then.
I haven't put up any of the pictures from the last time I painted it.
Darling.
I'm guessing you mean down
Darling. Darling.
Down here, kitchen mainly. There's a lot of stuff that can be repainted there. Shop in Afghanistan in the epilogue. Oh, the movie? Or of Fluttershy's takeover?
Darling.
Yes. Oh, no, he's talking about Rarity. She had a shop in Yakakistan. In the epilogue episode, she talked about it.
She had a shop in Yakakistan?
Yeah, she. I do remember her talking about making clothes for patrons that weren't ponies, and how it was really keeping her busy.
Yeah, I guess that'd be a very different thing than she's used to.
Yeah, like throughout the show, she only made dresses for ponies, but she was trying to expand.
Darling. Darling. Darling.
I feel like your head's going down a little too quick, so we're gonna see if we keep it up.
She definitely had between her and Applejack, as far as business was concerned.
Darling.
But Applejack's business was kind of inherited. Though, like, Applejack, like, the joke is she's always like, oh, she's the poor country pony. But her family owns so much, like, collectively. Like, it's all spread out through a lot of family members.
Darling.
But her family started the town of Appaloosa and Ponyville. They got real estate.
Darling.
Like, I don't know how real estate works in, like, Horse World.
Yeah, there's probably something different,
But
Darling.
they farm a lot of it.
Darling.
Like, they have, like, the Apple family has maybe not cash money, but they have resources.
Darling. Darling.
Like,
Darling.
they are what I would consider wealthy, but it's all tied up in,
with friendship.
yes, friendship and land.
Friendship and land is all you need in life.
Mostly
Darling.
land. You can sell that for
Darling.
buku bucks.
Darling.
Like, as far as I'm aware, they own,
Darling.
like, the better part of all the land around
Darling.
the town.
Okay, that
Or at
looks
least they
much better.
farm it.
Darling.
Okay, I'm actually liking that a lot more. I think I got to smooth out her motion here, but now it's actually feeling more like a Rarity motion than it did before. So, before it felt like it was not what I was trying to make her do. Or it didn't feel like her.
Ding. Ding.
Now it does. So, I'm happy with that. I need is ponies and friendship. I would think you also need food and sleep and
Nope, just friendship.
a job.
No, if you have good friendship,
Form
you
of
definitely
income.
don't need a job. You're just like, hey, we're friends. You'll just put me up, right? And
Hey, can you breathe for me?
yeah,
Thank you.
Darling.
I have had people ask if I can take a piss for them because they didn't want to get out of their chair.
Did you?
I told them yes. I don't know that it worked, but
What steps did you go through to try?
I told him yes. I'll do that.
And what did you do?
Nothing. It was always fun to gauge their reaction when they said that. You never had anybody ask that in your family?
No, because apparently Minnesota has more tact.
It was always my mom. She'd be like,
Wait,
she'd always be like, "Can you go take a piss for me?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, Mom, sure." Because she didn't want to get up.
your mother was
Fun family stories.
your mother was a very interesting lady.
Oh yeah, she's great.
All right, what kind of eyebrow do I want on here? I think there's a couple under the unknown too. Yeah. Menacing. There she goes.
Oh, she coming in.
Darling.
She's angry. She's like, "I heard you talking
Darling.
crap about dresses again."
Darling. Darling. Darling.
She knows what she did last summer. It was just
she
harvesting apples, but
She ate that strawberry when nobody was looking. Rarity knows. Could ruin her entire family.
delight.
Oh, it's delightful.
Darling.
Voice impression of Michael's mother or too much voice impression.
Wow, that sounds...
So I have like an options here.
So it's either your mother or some person from Undertale. You know, very similar things.
So it's like, then Metatron just began...
Metatron.
Metatron, yeah. It's like,
I don't know what... I don't know.
Yeah. That's like the only words he says.
Well, do an impression of your mother.
My mother?
Darling.
Trying to think of something she says a lot. Besides the whole "go take a piss for me."
Is she that one-sided that that's just all she ever says?
But she says it a lot. Like every time she needs to use the restroom when I'm like nearby, it's like a running joke of hers. It's not a good joke, but it's been going on a long time. Thank you, Sir Edward.
You should have been quoted. Oh, there is mother. Okay.
Michael's mother. Yes.
She was here.
Well, let me think. She doesn't really, like, have a catchphrase. I don't know.
Darling.
Like, it's like, you'd be like,
Darling.
she likes horses, but real horses, not magical ones.
Yeah, I was going to be confused there for a second.
Here, let's see if this picks up on the camera. When I told my mother, "Hey, Mom, a new Pony movie came out. Do you want to watch it?" She rolled her eyes.
Did she watch
so
it?
hard? She did watch it because she rolled her eyes. I'm like, well, "Come on!" She's like, "It's not that bad." She's like, "No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine."
Well, right now she's just like, anything I can do with my son.
But she rolled her eyes so hard at me when I even brought up the idea of watching the movie. But so there's that. I feel like I owe you at least one more. Maybe is there a show she likes watching a lot? Not really. Oh yeah.
Apparently she's not a very interesting person.
Here's my mother 95% of the time on her laptop playing some clicker game for hours on end, and me's like, "Hey Mom, do you want to watch this together?" Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, really? Because you look like you're going to be on your computer again the entire time I'm here. No, I'm paying attention. Like, the thing with my mom is, like, the whole joke, like, with parents and kids is that the parent is, like, getting on the child for not getting off their Game Boy or whatever, or their computer. I'm old, so it's all Game Boys. But
it's all Wii's.
It's all Wii's and Game Boys. But when I go to visit her, the entire time, she's happy I'm there, but she's playing, like, Bejeweled or something of the kind. Like, some sort of, like, she really likes, like, the gambling games. Like the roulette. Not roulette. The pool machines. What are those called?
The Pumbaa machines?
No, the pool machines. Like the slot machines.
Pinball?
Slot machines.
Oh, that, okay.
But on the computer. And she's like, "I've won $10,000. Of real money, Mom? No, it meant the game money." I'm like, "Well, are you gonna buy me a house with it?" She's like, "I sure will as soon as they." She'll be like, "As soon as they accept it."
What are you gonna do with the house?
What do you mean? What am I gonna do with the house? I'm gonna go live in a house.
Mm-hmm. All by yourself.
I've done it before.
You want to do it again?
It got pretty awful. It gets so sad living on your own too long. I did it for 5 years.
Darling.
It's nice at first because you have a lot of space to yourself, and it's nice just to get away. And then you're like, yeah, just no one to talk to for. Like, I went months with not talking to anybody except for the people at work and my parents, and that was pretty droll. And I only talked to them when I went to visit. So yeah, I think I would enjoy living on my own again for like a year, and then I'd get tired of it.
Yeah, having to make every meal. Let me just do rice and beans.
Let's just be rice and beans again. And I could eat fish tacos again. I haven't eaten those since moving here because you don't like fish. And I know what you're going to say. You can make whatever you want, but I'm not going to cook just for myself. That seems kind of jerky to me. I don't know.
No, jerky for dinner doesn't sound like a good dinner.
That would be something else I'd be doing if I was for myself. 'Cause what was it? The night of you guys did the pirate stream, I didn't think I'd have a whole lot of time. So I just grabbed like 5 of those little cheese things and just ate those, and that was my supper.
That's what I ended up doing because I wasn't hungry. But then when I was hungry, we don't have grab snack type stuff. So
Snack?
Something that you can just grab to eat.
Grab snack.
Like a grabbable snack.
I used to, you made me think of like, I used to always buy those imitation crab sticks. I used to eat those like crazy. Those are really good in like a stir fry. But again, you don't really like seafood much. You'll eat shrimp.
I don't mind shrimp that much, but even then,
yeah,
it's not something I'll have too much.
It's like the vast majority of the planet is covered by ocean, and you're like, gross.
No, it's just, I mean, will I eat it? Sure, but when it comes down to I'm going to have a meal that I have input on, I would prefer not to.
Yeah. No, I think if I was like, if you're ever not here and I'm here, I'm gonna make fish tacos. I'll just be like, ha ha ha.
How often does that happen?
Darling. Darling.
Like, very rarely. Because it's not like if you go off to like see friends, I'm probably going with. So
I used to travel for work a lot, but I don't have, my job doesn't travel anymore.
Yeah.
Or that was a previous job.
I should have done some traveling in my current job. But there's a bug going around that's hampered that. 2 of my coworkers are off at a convention this week, though. So, but my boss has already told me that they're probably gonna be the ones doing conventions. It's not really my scene. I don't really want to do them.
You know, you love conventions, just not
those
concrete conventions.
Concrete conventions, not so much. And I think the one they're in is in Vegas. There's a concrete convention going on in Vegas right now, and concrete.
Baby, I'm going to Vegas.
A concrete convention in Vegas sounds like the most abysmal thing on the planet to me.
No, actually, I think it would be interesting because Vegas was an interesting town to see, and I wouldn't mind seeing it again, but I would see it, the things that I missed, because there's so much to see.
Yeah, but it's all touristy.
Yeah, I was there by myself.
Yeah.
And so, like, trying to see all this touristy stuff, but is just me for, like, I was there Sunday morning until Wednesday night, and I had training Monday and Tuesday all day. And then Wednesday, I had to fly out Wednesday afternoon. So I basically had all Sunday night and then every evening. It felt, I'm not a gambler. So I went and saw as much stuff as I could see, mainly because I could write it off. At least my food I could write off. So I, try to have some nice stuff. But I just kind of went place and said, neat. Because it was just me.
I feel like if I was going back down to Vegas just by myself, it would just be to confirm that Carrot Top is actually still alive and just as scary as ever.
I saw him live before.
Yeah. Is he scary? He looks scary.
He is way more beef than he should be.
I liked him better when he was doing 1-800 Collect commercials.
He has so much muscle. Like, it's creepy.
Well, he apparently takes steroids like they're Skittles and weird.
To catch you up on chat, because we've been kind of just chatting. Welcome back, Jub Jubbly. How's Cozy doing in the pit? Let me double check.
I keep seeing her back there.
Yeah, she's fine. She's still fine.
Yeah.
She has not. No escape attempts have been made, so she's doing fine.
She's not moving. That's a good sign.
My mom used to say, "Go take a piss for me" as well. She didn't want to put her butt on the cold toilet seat. Well, that's probably a different reason than he had. She was lazy. Your mom's being like germaphobe.
It's a combination of things.
Game Boy Supremacy. One of my mom's constant sayings was, "You think you're suffering when I was a kid? That's That's like a boomer thing. I think.
Yeah, it's very much a boomer thing.
Slots of movies talking about. Yeah. My mom's super into find hidden item picture games. Introduce them to like Steam. I feel like there's way more better games there.
My mother, I've introduced her to other video games, but she just wants to play the slot games and the Bejeweled games because she doesn't have to think. She just does, and it fills the time.
I do like those games, but I like games that have some progress, and those are just, I don't know.
I think it's like the whole reason like people go gambling in the first place. It's just you win, you get the quick reward.
Yeah, when I was in Vegas, I didn't put a single coin into a slot.
I only put money into the slot machines when I was in Vegas because my boss was there and he was kind of agging me on a little bit.
I kind of feel like I should have, but it used to be before you could go get some coins and put them in the machine, but now you have to go and get like a prepaid card, and it's a whole more complex thing. Mm-hmm. Mom was a sore loser and winner. She gloated every single time she won. Yeah, my mom's the opposite, actually. She's very much on, if everybody else is happy, she's happy. 100%. And so she will do everything she can to please others. I tried to teach Mom how to play chess once. She got frustrated, knocked all the pieces on the floor, and broke the board over my head. Huh.
That's a bit much.
That's a good way to get somebody to play with you again, you know? Mm. So she's well versed in the art of aggression. I'll eat anything, even shrimp with a watermelon salsa. Well, for one, I don't like watermelon, so that sounds disgusting. You basically took seafood and mixed it with watermelon. The two things I
know exactly what to make for supper
I'll
this
punch
weekend.
You in the face. Yeah, imitation crab is a great snack. I could see that. I think imitation crab is supposed to be pretty good.
Imitation crab is a good snack, and it's great in like light buttery stir fries. I love it.
Mama's got fixated on this Simon electronic game. Took her months, and she beat it in the hardest setting.
Okay.
I mean, Bejeweled at least feels a little more complex than Simon Says.
No, Simon, that's a hard thing.
It could be a hard thing, but playing it hours a day?
I mean, I used to play it when I was younger for a while. I had one. I don't know that I played it for hours at a time. But, I mean, it's hard. It's just pressing lights, and it's a memory game. I have to imagine for old people it's pretty useful. It helps keep...
This is a medical device.
I could see that. For somebody with, like, early onset Alzheimer's.
I'm trying to match the brightness between this. So the ground right now versus the ground right now. Are they the same brightness?
Yes.
I think they're close enough. As long as they're close enough, because if they're close, I can fix it in post. If they're not close, then that makes usually some variances in like contrast or something else. So as long as they're close, I'm fine. And I probably will add a little bit of extra lights to her eyes so they're not so flat and blank and like she's a zombie that just works on a farm for her whole life and has nothing to look forward to and has no retirement fund, isn't going to do anything, and she's just very boring and sad.
She's going to do Apple stuff until she's dead and she's happy about it.
She's like, Apple?
Apple? It's like, I'm going to be 110 and doing apples. Doing Apple stuff.
Yeah, Applejack, the world's on fire, and she's like, oh. She's like, it's an apple.
It's
like the world's being attacked by the world's largest apple. Let it burn.
It's like, Applejack, the town's on fire. Meh. The fire's heading for the orchard. Well, we gotta stop it. We gotta save the apples.
Yeah, because the world and the apple orchards are not the same thing.
No. It's that joke from Futurama. It's like the world will be destroyed. It's like Fry's just like, I don't care. I live in I live in America, and it's like America's part of the world. And his reply is just like, wow, things really have changed. It's one of my favorite Futurama jokes.
It is pretty fitting. Well, what if Rainbow Dash had Phillies? I think if she was with Applejack, that would probably be a long shot.
I was going to say that's going to go against every fan fiction I've ever read.
There is always a need for adoption in the world, so yeah, there's always that. Rip Cozy Glow. Yep. She got ripped, and that's why she's in the ground. My mom digs that hot ass free call. I have no idea what free call it. Free cell. Okay, free cell. Okay, yep. I don't know what free cell is.
It's essentially a solitaire.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing, but it just sounds weird when I put it in that context. Mechanical slot machines were fun. These new ones are terrible. They're about flashing lights. I think in Japan they have Plinko, or I think it's their thing. It's similar to slot machines, just with balls. The hidden item games she plays do have progress. There's stories and plot and can decorate your island and visit other people's islands. Yeah, they're figuring out how to like cater games to boomers.
Everybody should just be playing Minesweeper all the time, every day.
Prepaid card in Vegas sounds like the casinos are trying to abstract currency to make people spend more without noticing. I think what they want to do is that instead of putting coins in on every play, you just put your card in and you forget about it.
Yeah.
And normally they'll have like free Netflix or Disney Plus or something where you can just watch a movie while you're blindly hitting a button, and so you just forget about what you're spending.
Yeah.
And I believe there's a lot of the times if you're sitting in a machine actively playing, they will come around and give you free drinks. Mm-hmm. Because if you're liquored up, you're going to play more.
Yeah, you're going to do stupid things.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of, when I was there by myself, it was kind of nice because I didn't have anybody being like, let's play some games. Because I watched some people playing and it just seemed boring. And they would have you like, they put you in like a racing seat that was down below the normal level so that you felt like you kind of get synced into there and it would take effort to get out of it because they didn't want to get you out of the seat.
I have a kind of a horrible story the first time I went to a casino.
Darling.
It's kind of horrible on my part. It's not like super sad horrible. It was just like...
That's the beginning of Michael's story. It's not normal, sad, horrible, just...
It's just regular, kind of... It was arrogance. This is a story of arrogance. The very first time I was old enough to go to a casino, my mom took me because she likes casinos. And I went to this casino, and I had all these strategies worked out in my head how I was going to make it big on the slot machines.
There's a strategy to slot machines?
I was playing a lot of God Hand, and I did really well in the slot machines in the video game.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work the same.
But here's how it played out. I go to this casino. I sit down in the slot machine. I play like $5 a pool, which is quite a bit. And I hit a jackpot. Right off the bat. It's like
wait, was it a card? Was it coin or a card?
It was coins.
Okay. Card, they can track you. And then they're like, new player. And so they give you a higher win ratio. So.
But I looked at it, and I got the money. And some guy came over, and my thing was flashing. He's like, would you like a drink or something? And I was like, no, I'm good. But in my head, I was like, of course this happened. Of course it did, because I planned this to happen, and I know how to win. I'm going to do it again.
Were you winning by... Does the machine only have, like, one button?
It was just the pool.
There's no strategy to that.
But in my head, 21-year-old me was like, I got this. So I was up like $1,000. That's what the jackpot was on this machine.
Well, at that point, you're not even up 1,000 because until you cash out, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So you know what? Just enjoy yourself.
No,
blow it.
That's what I kind of did.
Yeah. No,
I kept going, thinking I would do it again, and I lost all of it.
Yeah, but as long as you had fun doing it and you didn't walk out negative, like if I were ever to do like a casino, it'd be like go with a set amount of cash, and that's all you can spend. If you make money, blow it. If you make a ton of money, then there's a certain line where you can be like, you know what, I think I did well enough, I'm fine. But otherwise, if that's all you spent, as long as I had a old coworker that got really drunk and went to like the blackjack tables, and I think he blew like $2,500 in an evening at a work trip, and that was working in trucking to where he was probably making less than a month. So he just blew all that at the tables because he got really liquored up, and that's where you leave your credit card in the room or at the hotel or at home. You take only a specific amount of cash.
Yeah,
because he had a problem with that. I probably wouldn't have a problem, but some people just do.
There's definitely been some gambling addicts in my family, so I am very wary of it. Now, I personally, losing any money hurts my soul, so I'm very much against. I don't like gambling.
I don't mind as long as I have predetermined how much I'm allowing.
Yeah, even then, it hurts me.
It's if I say that this much is I can spend. You know what? I already made the determination. When I buy a game, I'm spending like say $50-$60 on a game.
You don't lose that money. You're gaining something.
You're gaining entertainment.
Yeah.
But eventually, that game you're never going to play again. Which means at that point, it's no different than pulling the slots and never playing it again.
You gained that entertainment. You paid for the entertainment.
But that's what a slot machine is too.
Well, that's like saying
a slot machine is entertainment to a degree because there's an excitement that comes with it, which is like a game, as long as you do it within reason. Video games, I probably spent more on video games than I would have done in slot machines to get the same amount of entertainment, depending on the game.
Maybe, depending on the game, I guess.
There's definitely some games where I put a lot of money into it.
Games feel like better investments to me. But
it depends on the game, though. If you spend $60 on a game and then never really play it,
how did you buy that game?
Well, yeah, but it just depends on the game. Like, maybe just that game just wasn't your thing. Like, you got it, and then you're like, realized that this wasn't what you cared about.
Can't remember the last time I paid for a game. I have so many Steam gift cards.
I kind of narrowed it down a little bit to get rid of it, but I still, like, all these uninstalled ones I still have to get through. This one I've had for... Good. Yeah, I've had that for years, but I've seen some good things on the story, so I want to play that. Nolan got this for me a while ago. I need to play that. I still need to start a playthrough of Mass Effect 2 for streaming, so that's why that's there. John got this for me. I am almost done with Loop Hero. I'm trying to get all the achievements.
You're such an achievement hunter.
Because they're doable. Achievements. Little Nightmares, I only played. That's again a stream game I want to do in the future. Katana Zero looked interesting. Iron Harvest, I got the Humble Bundle. Hollow Knight's a future game. I got to finish Half-Life Alyx. That was a Humble Bundle game. And then Finding Paradise is a continuation of a previous game I played. And then there's the little other ones we play all the time. Mm-hmm. So like I have a list of games to play. Then there's my Someday, which is a long list of games that I want to try to get to, which I'm never gonna do.
Seeing if.
But I still have a wish list of games that are coming up or are out right now that I want to eventually get.
Well, you just keep talking about that. It Takes Two.
Yeah, but I want right now 50% sale is what I've seen on it, and if it comes up with it, I don't want to buy it until we're planning to do something with it. But Ascent looked good. These ones don't count because they're coming out. I think this one's actually coming out in a couple of months. Anyway, unless it's an Epic exclusive, probably an Epic exclusive. But again, I got a bunch of games on here so if anytime I'm like, I want to play a new game and it's not something I'm interested in, I'll go through my wish list and see what's on sale.
Baldur's Gate's a given once it's actually fully
yes.
out.
Play FTL, damn it.
I played heck out of FTL.
Yeah, I probably will at some point.
I think there's one ship I never managed to unlock.
But thank you for the bits. No, thank you very much. We do plan to stream Sunday, or I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than on Sunday, Baldur's Gate once it's 100% released. We played the same developer that did Divinity Original Sin 2, and I have 273 hours in there on 2 playthroughs because each playthrough takes like 120, 130 hours. And there was some just stupid crap that happened in there, and it was a lot of fun. And I kind of wish we would have streamed that, but I'm kind of glad we didn't at the same time. But Baldur's Gate made by the same people, we are definitely going to stream that.
I enjoyed my first playthrough of that game. My second playthrough of the game was with some different people, and we nearly killed each other, but we did finish. Mm-hmm. So,
no, I'm looking forward to when that game is done, but it's kind of their thing to do the early access stuff, which ended up leading to a game that when it was released was basically a complete game. So it's fine. But I'm looking forward to being able to play that as a group.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate.
There's so much. The amount of bull crap we did on Divinity was so fun.
I kind of want to go back and play Baldur's Gate 2, but I've been told it's rough.
Yeah.
By today's standard.
Darling.
Okay, so that did help there. I don't think I'm going to consider this shot done.
Darling.
I think I locked her hair, but her tail's a little left up, and I got to fix her. I think her ears are...
Darling.
No, her ears need a little
Pony's cute.
focusing, but I'm gonna be done for today. So we're gonna call this good. So
Yes.
hello, Scoots.
Sure. Have her say something to sign us out. Rar, yes. There's a fan fiction I was reading a list lately, and Rainbow Dash was having a dream where she was piloting a ship, and then it's like Scootaloo's next to her, and you just hear buck buck buck, and she's like, "Not now, Scootaloo." It was wonderful.
FTL is getting blown up by an enemy ship with 2 flags.
FTL is a game of patience and knowledge.
I'm at a point like for Loop Hero, if I click it, did I move to mainstays? No, I didn't. There it is. I'm actually at a point now where I have my character is upgraded enough that I am actually unkillable. I had a game where I had to there's an achievement for resurrecting 3 times in a game, and it took me like 2 hours for them to actually kill me, and I didn't upgrade my equipment the entire time. I am super broken on there, like ultra broken. But I was here to say this.
I'm a big chicken monster. Roar. Bok bok. I like eating rabbits and hair. I'm a big chicken monster. Roar. Bok bok.
Cute.
I like eating rabbits and hair. I'm a big chicken monster. Roar. Bok bok. I like eating rabbits and hair.
She got excited about that.
Yeah, she got a little excited there. I like Bok Bok.
It is like the rar.
Okay.
So for your
Yeah, we're gonna be good. We'll be back on Friday. So Friday will be normal SFM stuff, and Sunday will be Satisfactory. So we'll be back playing that for a little bit. So,
wonderful.
Let's see if I missed anything in chat. I worked in a Native American casino. Most disgusting job I ever had. For comparison, I cleaned rent houses for 20 years, and once I was subcontractually treated lardbergs out of a city sewer. Oof.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Minesweeper's a great game. Actually, I do like Minesweeper.
I knew one guy did nothing but play Minesweeper.
It's an addicting game. I'm pretty good at it. I'm sure there's microtransactions to do, but I'm not willing to spend money on it probably. I have the same attitude towards gambling as Argo. You're paying for a set amount of fun, same as video game, movie ticket. As long as you limit the amount you spend. The problem with gambling is that there is no limit. So unless you set one yourself, you're going too far. So a game is you spend a set limit and then you know what you're getting. Gambling is a thing. I don't buy lottery tickets. I have a thing against it because I don't feel comfortable touching that as much. But unless I have preset a limit. When I went to Vegas before, I didn't have anything to set a limit for, so I just didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I've never played a video game for a day and walked away $500 less money. I've done that in gambling.
But as long as you said that this $500 I'm going to spend on it and I'm okay losing it, then that's fine.
But I didn't do that.
No, that's a whole different thing then. Yeah. So as long as you said that beforehand, as long as you say, if I'm going to buy a $60 game and maybe I want to have that kind of entertainment, I'll do $60. And they have penny slots, but the problem with penny slots is penny slots are a penny for a single line. But if you want to upgrade to get all the different things that you can for activating everything on the screen, it ends up being like a quarter. Yeah. And so then you're spending like 4 pulls for $1. So it adds up really quick, which kind of scares me on dollar pulls because you're spending like probably up to $25 per pull.
Yep.
But if you win, you're winning a lot more money. That $1,000 becomes $100,000.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yes, good night, everybody. We'll see you Friday. Let me jump to Kitty.
Meow, meow.
Oh, actually, let me check to see if anybody to raid before going too far. I gotta do Kitty anyway. Oh, actually, we got Fiora and AZG. I think we did AZG last before Fiora. Fiora's doing Mountain Blade. Actually, been streaming for like 5 hours. Okay, so we can raid Fiora then. Because we haven't done her in a while. So Thank you for the cheers from Nullen and Sir Edward, and thank you for the follows to Fire Neko and Warrior Cast MLP. There was also a follow that from yesterday from Arana 30 Anna 31074. Unsure if bot, but thank you nonetheless. So let's do a quick raid.
Thank you for those chirpies.
Nolan. So if people want some channel points for doing more Michael explosions,
we're gonna get that explosion. We're gonna explode those Phillies.
All right, started. So I guess I'll see you guys later.
Boy.
Boy.
Just
bye.
Boy.
Is that how they sing Kentucky?
It's like how the one dude was like, "How lady was that Louis something?"
No, you're bad.
Yeah, so I don't remember. He liked the ladies.
Michael likes
and saying hello to them.